I often ruminate on expressions and phrases, and one that has been going through my head a lot over the last several months is the straw that broke the camel's back. Allow me to tell a small story. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. We once had a situation at a place that I worked where they kept putting work on all of our frontline technicians to the point where the expectations became so great that almost a quarter of our staff went on FMLA for mental health leave. We were losing people, they were dropping like flies, we were having excessive call ins, and it was creating a real mental health issue. One of our employees even tried to harm himself. I don't want to say more about it than that. And when I talked to my boss, sort of during this like come to Jesus moment about the degree to which she had pushed people in the interest of making herself look good so she could ingratiate herself, my boss's boss rather, so that she could ingratiate herself to the powers that be, she's like, well, we can pull back. And I kind of looked at her in this Zoom meeting and I said, the straw that broke the camel's back. And she said, yeah, but we can take that load down. And I said, I don't think you know what that expression means. I said, let me tell it to you a different way. Imagine you walk up to the edge of the cliff and you take one more step. You start falling. You can't turn around and take a step back to remove yourself from that cliff face. You've already taken one step too far. The straw that broke the camel's back, you can't pull the load off the camel and now the camel is healed. The back is broken. And I tell that story because we are in a really interesting place right now wherein everybody has their camelbacks broken. And we are intimately aware of how rigged the system is against us. And in order to sort of, I think, curry any favor ever for the system again, they're going to have to be able to do much better than a little bit better wages, a little bit more PTO, a little better, work-life balance. Because these companies have been playing in our faces. The government has been playing in our faces. The status quo has been playing in our faces. And they're realizing that they took that extra step that they shouldn't have, and they're hoping they can pull it back a little bit and everybody will just be fine. And I just find it interesting that maybe for the first time, people have seen that that's not good enough. You can't take that one more step once you've fallen off the cliff. And in order for people to get back on board with the status quo in any capacity, I think this is the reason that people are finally starting to demand better.